Billy, you did all your time. All your guys did your time. Billy, did you have no, there go MC Lyte, but she came late as hell. Yo, Lyte, this is like a speed date now.
You know what?
We might have to do this again.
I am so sorry.
Yo, Lyte, this is like a speed date. You know when they be like, all right, no, not him, gone. Like, we got like 15 minutes to verses start.
Oh, that's why we needed to bump it up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. We can't go against the grain. Like,
no, you're right. You know what? I'm going to tell you, I am writing with the team. You know, we have a new sitcom coming, and we are in a writing session today.
Talk to me about that. I like that. I like inspiration.
Well,
I like inspiration.
Yeah,
what are you working on? You're writing for a new sitcom?
Yes, absolutely. It's called Partners in Rhyme. And we are writing the pilot. Well, the pilot is written. I'm in here with a bunch of comedians and writers that know how to punch stuff up and make it what it needs to be. Bentley Kyle Evans and I got together with his studios, Harvest Studios. So we're shooting our sitcom. I think we start shooting in March, the end of March.
God bless. God bless. And Lyte, man, you made such a transition. So you it's like
Cardi died.
Tomboy, gangster rapper.
Yes,
Then you got a little mature, you got sexy on us. And now I see your voice. Do you make more money off of your voiceovers now than anything? Because I see your voice come up on BET Awards, commercials, like, and we know the voice. The minute I hear it, I'm like, oh shit, Lyte.
Right. Well, you know, I do believe in multiple streams of income. Let me say that. But to me, it's just doing all of the things that I really love. So I'm getting the chance to, you know, I wanted to do radio before I wanted to rap. I wanted to act before I wanted to rap. I wanted to do a lot of things before I came into hip hop. And so hip hop just gave me that, you know, that stepping stone to be able to get into other areas and do the things that I really love.
We play your verse with Self-Destruction. We played, we made the movie. Then I was saying, but listen, like, I knew something was wrong. I thought maybe you were in LA and you on the mountain, no reception, because I kept trying to get you. I said, Lyte is too professional.
Oh, no, you got to call me Wi-Fi. I do live in the mountains. I don't get reception. You got to call me FaceTime audio or FaceTime for real.
That's what I'm saying. And so, I want to ask you about Milk and Giz. What was the relationship with Milk and Giz?
Well, their dad, Nat Robinson, was my manager. And he sat down, he had a really long talk with my mom about me being, you know, 16 in the business. And he promised her that he would look after me. And so he became kind of a surrogate daddy. He made sure as soon as I got off the stage that I was in my room. As soon as I got off the tour bus, I was in my room. You know, so he didn't allow anything to kind of get in the way of what the mission was. And that was for him to bring me home safe to my mother. And Milk and Giz were his sons. So it just was the first Party Music family. They, you know,
who came out first, you or Milk and Giz?
Milk and Giz came out first. They had a song called I Like Cherries. And then,
I don't remember that one. I don't remember.
After I Like Cherries, you know, they hit him in the head with Top Billin'. And we just skyrocketed. Right after Top Billin', I dropped I Cram to Understand You.
Ooh.
And we were everywhere doing everything.
Top Billin', you know, Top Billin' was it, man. It still is it.
Yeah.
You know, it's timeless. You know, we call it like forever music. And your music is like that too, where it's forever. And but that was good to know, man, because I knew y'all had this relationship. Y'all was down with the same crew. Now I assume, I don't know, but from what I see, you know, for the last 20 years, your crew has been Jada Pinkett, Queen Latifah. Like, what the fuck is that like? Like, for me, you know, Jada Pinkett, Queen Latifah, you know, like, it's an insane crew to me.
Well, you know what's so crazy is, you know, back in the day, we would go to the new lady. What up,
I hear you now. It's
COO?
okay.
I'm on.
It's
I don't know
okay,
what.
Light. We hear you.
Yeah, no, I don't know what just happened. She's gonna call back. This is the COO. You know, she makes the company run. So I'm only thinking she's calling me about some business here. But in any case, we were out there in New York doing the new music seminar. It was Mishi Me and MC Peaches and DJ Jazzy Joyce and Queen Latifah and Moni Love. And, you know, we were a crew, and we were women in hip hop. That was weird. You know, it like there weren't really a lot of women trying to be MCs. They loved listening to it, but they weren't really trying to be MCs. So when you found like a crew of people, like-minded people who were into music and lyrics and things of that nature, it just made sense, you know, for us to hang out. And then, you know, Jada, Latifah, Regina King, like, you know, all of the women out here who started 20 something years ago, that's when we met. You know, so to us, it's just like real, genuine friendships where you've known people. You know, people like that. You know,
No,
like,
no, I got that. I got that. But
yeah.
I'm just saying, it's your
Let me say,
goal.
let
You
me
know
tell
what
you
I'm
something.
saying?
It's the same way that we look at you and Khaled and Remy, and how y'all go back and y'all got strong, you know, strong bonds. Like y'all are like siblings. So it's the same thing.
You know, a record that's so relevant is Self-Destruction.
Yes.
And even to this day, like I feel like they need a new Self-Destruction ASAP.
That would be
And what
nice.
was it like getting on that record, and who invited you on that record?
Self-Destruction, I think it was KRS-One. You know, at the time I had dropped a couple of story raps about some really important issues that were happening in the community, about drugs, about, you know, drug dealers, crack
Georgie
addicts.
Porgy.
Yeah, I crammed to understand you. I had another song called Not With a Dealer. You know, it was a bunch of things that once I think Public Enemy may have called me first, and they said, "We want you to be in our video, you know, the Night of the Living Bassheads, and we want you to play a newscaster." And I was like, "Oh, okay, let's
That was
do that."
legendary. Yo, you guys used to really collaborate back in them days. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off or keep
No, that's
that going,
good.
but the dopest shit I ever seen in my life
Uh-huh.
was Slick Rick, Teenage Love, and Big Daddy Kane. They was gonna go at it on the train. I was like, oh shit, yo, Kane. You know, just for the video, but you know, that shit was like, wow.
Right,
But I
right.
remember you played the newscaster in the
Yeah.
Public Enemy video.
Yeah, and I think it just at that time, you know, KRS-One reached out and was like, "We want you to be on this record." And I'm not sure if that's how it happened. It might have been Jive Records that called my record label and said, you know, let's get it together. But I was very excited to participate on that record, just as I have been for many. He did another one right after that called Heal, which was an important one, and that's the one that Latifah was on as well. So, you know, that was historical. Harmony and a bunch of other women were invited to
And
participate
what you
in
were
that one.
alluding to earlier was there's this stigma or this thing they got, which is bullshit, right?
What thing they got? Wait a minute. What stigma? What you
There's a
talking?
thing they got in hip hop where they feel like female MCs can't get along, right?
Oh.
And so they try to put everybody against each other.
Mm-hmm.
But in your era, you came out, everybody got along, you, Moni, everybody. And it's not the case. And I see it all the time. When a new girl come in and she winning, we like, everybody like, oh shit, is they gonna go at her? You know, she's starting to win. It's the same, it's always been the same with everybody. For me, it's been the same way, like me being a Spanish rapper, like me being a Puerto Rican MC. years ago, not really now because I'm like the OG, but years ago, every Spanish rapper or Puerto Rican rapper thought they had to diss Fat Joe in order to come up. And we know that didn't work well for them. But y'all like, what you doing? A bunch of crazy shit on the screen? What you trying to film a sitcom now? Y'all like, you crazy.
No, I'm with you on that. But you know what's so crazy? All of it is silly. You know what was a monumental moment is when Remy called up everybody and was like, yo, y'all got to come to the stage. Y'all got to come to Summer Jam. And right there alone, she had about a dozen of us on the stage with her. You know,
that was a magical moment. I was just there, like, amazed. And that was the first time Cardi B ever had a big stage. Like, Cardi B was heating up.
Yeah.
You know, underground, but she never touched. That's the first time she touched like a Summer Jam.
Woo!
And then you had Latifa. Who was there? Rage was there.
Rage was there. Moni Love was there. Rod Digger was there.
Woo!
Yeah, it just was woo. It was. I got chills.
Yeah, I just caught it again too.
Yeah.
No.
Was in the house, you know. It was one of those times to be remembered, man. It was amazing. It was a great feeling. And
it was big for her too, because she was like, I remember we sat down. First of all, it was mine and her show. Like, we were co-headlining. And she told me, this is how this is gonna go. I'm gonna have all the girls coming. I'm sitting there like a spectator. Word. And yeah, and everybody. And then she said, Cardi B. And at the time, Cardi B was not big. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
So I was like, Cardi B, the girl with the. She was like, I'm telling you, she's gonna be big, Cardi B. And so I'm glad we all agreed. But she like took the whole show. Like, I'm like, you know, if we had 25 minutes, it was a 20 minutes Remy, the girls, and Fat Joe had like 5 minutes and shit.
Right.
But I mean, I love it for hip hop.
We appreciate you for sharing your time with the Queen Remy. Let me tell you how much.
Listen,
I gotta stop you and tell you how much I love Remy. That is my sister for real. You know, she is so genuine and down to earth and caring, and I'm so like ecstatic about her life and her husband and her child, her family, and then the extension of you and having people around her that love and care for her. She's a tight sister. She is upright. I love her.
She's the real deal.
Yeah.
And she hit me up. I don't know if you know, I released a video and a song today.
The Light.
The Light.
Yeah.
And she says, what the fuck you doing making secret songs and secret videos? First of all, she put my goddaughter up first. So I can be like, Mama, I love you. God, Papa, I love you. She blows me kisses. Next thing I know is, fuck is these secret videos and secret songs? And I'm like, yo, sis. And she's just like, yo, you see me smiling, Joe. I'm just so happy for you.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you know, bro. And I was like, look, you know, Spanish people, they say this shit called mal de ojo. And you know how people wear the jewelry that they got the little eye there? Yeah, they say like bad.
The all
so it was such a big thing for me that I didn't want to tell nobody.
Okay.
Because you know Rihanna on the hook, Rihanna vocals and all that. All I needed was one person somewhere to be like, yo, I ain't really feeling that. And then the debate starts.
Yes.
I didn't want to debate.
Right.
Like, I wanted it. She gave us her blessings.
Yep.
And then I was like, this.
Right. Until the time.
Until the time.
Yeah.
Bust out. Everybody be happy for me. You know, but I didn't want to get into the, the back and forth, somebody talking about, yo, I don't know, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, sis. So I didn't even know. And then once we got the clearance, we just shot the video. We was like, yo, shoot the video. Let's go.
Right.
Shout out to Ivan Barrios. Lyte, LL Cool J, right?
Oh, we're going to talk about this damn stop the violence, self-destruction shit.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know. Finish the sentence. Let me hear it.
I don't really know. What are you talking about?
Let's see. What you talking about?
So what I'm talking about is, all I was going to ask you was like, was you ever influenced by LL Cool J? Because me as a studier of styles, I always thought he influenced you. I didn't know what the question was.
You know what? No,
is there some tea I don't know about?
Yes. Okay, no, first let me answer that. I love LL Cool J. Like growing up, watching him do his thing. I think I had a poster of him on my wall. And aside from that, he's like a big bro to me. But really, my influence was Salt-N-Pepa. Like I said, Salt-N-Pepa, Salt-N-Pepa, Salt-N-Pepa. Like I could recite all of their lyrics. Matter of fact, I practiced their lyrics in the mirror to get my, my chops up. So I give all respect due to them. Now, what could have happened is perhaps they were influenced by LL. And so, this thing that comes down.
So you heard this before, that maybe LL influenced you?
Never.
No, for me, yeah.
Right.
I asked Bow Wow the same thing, because there's certain cadence that you do, certain flows, that I've always was like, yo, I know she's an LL fan, because that's my idol.
Is that right? That's interesting that you would say that. And it's possible because I love him. So it's possible that it could have just been embedded in me. And then when it came out, but I know that Salt-N-Pepa, like I can listen to my stuff all day and hear bits and pieces.
Man, I have a crush on every one of them. And I know my wife's watching, so I don't want no smoke.
Nothing else. Don't say nothing.
The DJ, everybody was on Fat Joe's radar when it was Joey from the Block. I was like, God, these girls are like.
You know what? I just remembered. You and I were about to set the world on fire with New York Undercover. Man,
what happened in New York Undercover? Oh yeah, remember that?
New York Undercover. We were both starring in New York Undercover, and then ABC didn't pick it up, and then they played around with it. And do you know they're about to redo it though?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's about to redo it, recast it. It's actually going to the young lady that show runs for The Shy is now going to show run that.
I'm gonna put the verses on. It's time for that.
It's time for the verses. Oh, it's time for
no. We good.
We can always do a part 2. I could come join you another day.
Can I hold you to that? Like,
absolutely.
You're iconic. You're a living legend. You're in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, and we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Let's do it.
All positive. Everything with me is about the light. Everything's about the light. The light is love. The light is God. The guy.
Congratulations on the new single, by the way.
Thank you. It's the same thing. Ageism, right?
Yeah.
Ageism in hip hop, and many years ago, labels would drop like artists. I remember they was dropping people, and guys were like 25 years old, and they were going on the old school tour. And I was like, yo, this guy's 25 years old. What the fuck is he doing? And so we was listening to these record execs tell us that what our worth is, right? So when Atlantic Records told me, yo, you ain't popping no more. You sold 500,000 records. You don't sell 2 million no more. You ain't really popping. I said, all right, cool. I went independent. This 14, 15 years ago. Because I thought about it. I said, man, if I make $7 a record, 500,000 records, I'm making 3.5 million.
Right.
I put out Make It Rain. She sold 4 million records. And so independent. So I never listened to these people.
Right.
Right? And then I always said this is going to be the generation where we push it to where we do what we want to do.
Right.
We're not going to let nobody dictate us and tell us who's hot, who's not, who's this, that. If I want to make music and I know I can make hit records and I know I can make hot shit, ain't nobody going to tell me when to stop or when it's not appropriate or when it's not. Because we used to do this joke. I was guilty of it too. I used to be like, oh, you 40 in rap? All right, cool. So now if you're an artist, a painter,
You
do
still
you cut
painting?
your hands off after, do you stop painting at 40?
Right.
Or do you stop playing like, that's bullshit.
It lives
Especially
in
when
you.
somebody gonna give us big coin to do concerts and tours and all that. And so I just want to be able to be like, when I leave the game, I left it alone because I felt like it.
Right. Not because you was forced or pushed or any of that. And you still got so much life and love and light to give through your music. It's inspirational. And you know, now with this new coming of age, you know, we have much more we have a way to impact in a different kind of way once we're older, which is why they don't want us saying too much on a broad level. It's like, no, you done, because we can't have you teaching too much, you know. It's okay for you to party and everything, but you know, and what they do, which they had successfully done with you for some time when you used to say 40 and they rapping, is that they want to split the two so that the younger people don't look to us for answers, that they don't look to us for advice or to be led or guided in a proper way.
Man, let me tell you something. These guys must look at me like,
you know?
They must look at me like the Antichrist, because I be up here every day giving so much fucking game to the people. Like, I be up here telling them what it is. Like, I don't give a fuck. Nobody own me. Nobody my boss. I tell them the truth. Now, if you accept my faults and my failures as a lesson, and you listen to it and you learn and you could move better in your life, that's what I try to do. Because when I was coming up, nobody was really talking to us. Like the next generation wasn't like, yo, don't do that, or whatever the case may be. It would have saved me a lot of bail money, a lot of unnecessary people around me. I would have been a lot richer, you know. And so I look at myself as being transparent, just transparency, an open book where people can learn from me. And I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. Y'all know I can turn up. I'm kind of crazy too, right? But I try to tell them everything so that they could take that and use it. And everybody's saying verses is on. I love you.
I love you.
Let's reschedule, please, for part 2.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lyte.
Call me Wi-Fi. Call me Wi-Fi. All right.
Bye-bye, Lyte. Love you.
All right, Joe.
Bye-bye. You don't know who I know, and that is MC Lyte. Yo, Eric B, what's up? Godfather of the show. Listen, guys, I gotta go see this verses because violation if my sister Shanti and my sister Keisha Cole's on there, and I ain't on there. Peace, y'all. Number love.